My name is Nan Gill, and you're watching Empowering Women Everywhere. And today our host is Nancy Schneider. She's an attorney in Washingtonville, New York, but she has a whole history of things that she's done before and things that she's working on now. So we're here to talk to her. Hello, Nancy.
Hi. Before, during, and after, I think it is.
Yes, it's called Before, During, and After.
Yeah.
So she actually is a graduate of the Rhode Island, University of Rhode Island. And then she got her master's in education at New Paltz, and then decided to go to Pace Law School. And she graduated with her Juris Doctor.
Yes, I did.
Back in...
we
have
1982, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I met you shortly after that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think we both started working in our jobs about that time.
Right, because I started the title company in '84.
Yeah, and I was your first client.
Yes, she was. When no one else would see me, Nancy saw me.
Not true. I mean, not true that I didn't see her. I saw her, but that wasn't her first client.
Oh, okay. So at any rate, so what made you decide to go to law school?
Well, actually, I went to get my master's in environmental education because I felt that the further away that you get from Earth, the less you respect it. And I wanted to be able to teach children the value of the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I did graduate, and I learned some wonderful things. And then when I tried to get a job in the environment as a teacher, a lot of the funding had dropped, and I couldn't really get a successful job. So I said, why don't I just go to law school, which was a fool's comment. But I did. I applied to law school, and I got in. I actually got a phone call the day before school started. And I went to Pace, and I took as many environmental courses as I could, because then I thought, well, if I can work in the law, I can help even more people.
Right, exactly. It expanded your ability to make a difference.
Right. So I started off as a regular practitioner in law, but I put it out that I could do environmental things. But during those years, almost everything, unless you work for a corporation, almost everything was grassroots. And what grassroots group has a lot of money when they're starting up?
Right.
But I did a lot of volunteer work. I worked on the Wallkill Valley Land Conservancy. I was a founding member of a lot of the boards on the Orange County Trust, as I said, the Wallkill River Land Conservancy or Land Trust, and then there was another one, the Orange County,
It must be here. We can
Let's
cut that
see,
part
Orange
out.
Environment, I'm sorry, that's it. And then I was
Orange, I worked with Orange Environment.
pretty much everybody did through the years.
Yeah.
And I was familiar with Spark and went to some of their, some of their meetings and so on. And it just got to the point where I couldn't just practice environmental law and make a living.
Right.
So I started taking courses, more courses, and I took assignments in family court, and built a private practice on real estate and general practice, and that's how I pretty much did it. I did have a couple of interesting cases, environmental cases. One was fighting the Marcy South line, and I represented with another gentleman a case that was heard in St. Lawrence County.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. But the individuals that we represented really didn't have enough money to pay lawyers, so we pretty much did it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's the case. I mean, for the most part, these large corporations that are making a difficult time on the environment have the funds to be able to fight.
Right.
And
Right.
the individuals who are trying to make a difference have to do everything pro se.
They do a lot of sacrificing, at least in the beginning. And I know that when the Land Trust started, the Orange County Land Trust started, there was a lot of learning and a lot of work to be done, and eventually it's quite a powerful organization now.
Right,
And,
now it
yeah.
is. It's
So-
it's an organization to be reconciled
Yes,
with.
it is.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it was fun working with the people in the beginning, with Lou Mills and people, Bob Ogello. They're all gone now, and they were really fireballs. Those people,
Right.
They really were great to work with. So moving on, you just have to do what you can do to help people and make a living.
And make a living,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you can't donate all of your time, as I've come to learn.
As we always end up doing anyway. But it's a balance.
Right.
It's a balance.
You have to reach a balance.
Yeah.
So then you began working as a guardian at Lytton and some of the court appointments.
I took courses in what they call Part 36 or Article 81 of the Mental Hygiene Law. And you can be assigned by judges to be, when someone has an elderly person that they think needs their affairs taken over and they're allegedly incapacitated, they bring a petition, and it's a full disclosure. The people are served and they
Right.
know what's happening. Some of them have no clue what's happening, and others know, but they consent, and then others fight it. But it's very interesting. The court will appoint certain people who are qualified as the court evaluator, who's
Right.
sort of like the eyes and ears of the court and interviews everybody. And then you can be appointed as the guardian for the allegedly incapacitated person, or you could be the attorney for them. And I've had some pretty interesting cases. It's all worked out. I did that until about 2012, and then there was a lapse. I don't know why there was a lapse. I just forgot to take a renewal course, or I took it and didn't register.
Right, the papers.
But yeah, but I've taken it again, and
But you really enjoy that work.
I do. It's a kind of work where you're out of the office and you're seeing the conditions that are in nursing homes and hospitals, and then seeing the families and what they're going through, and you pretty much get a feel for who's after the money and who's just after taking care of the person.
Taking care of the person, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And you did some work with children's rights?
That's another board that I was the founding member of. Yes, I'd never been anything but on that board. I didn't work for them and so on.
But you were the founding member?
One of them. I was a board member, yeah. That was quite a while ago.
Uh-huh.
And the reason that organization was formed, because legal aid, who represents families and so
Right.
on, if they've already represented one member of a family, they can't then represent another member.
Uh-huh.
And children were being left out.
Okay.
So children's
That's why
rights.
you worked on forming that
Right.
organization.
They were given a grant to form in order to represent mostly the children.
The children.
Obviously, Children's Rights Society would be for the children.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Well,
organization.
That's a wonderful organization. Definitely.
Yep.
And now you're getting back to doing that, the guardian at Lytton work.
I did. I took a course and the procedure is that you take the refresher course or the course, and you get a certificate that you've taken it, and then you file the certificate, and then you get on a list that the judges who do this kind of work receive. I guess all the judges get master lists, and
Of who's
now
available. Okay.
I'm now on that list, and also as referee, which I've kind of done all the way through. So
Right.
I'm back on the referee list too.
So you do a lot of pro bono work through the courts as well for representing?
Well, everybody is assigned to do pro bono work, especially matrimonials, and you end up, when you're doing family court work, you very often, I do anyway, I listen to the situation. I decide whether I should give a reduced, matter of fact, that leads into another subject. When I was working for the Kinship Navigator, my job was to get attorneys together, or it was my incentive was to get attorneys together and volunteer to either reduce their rates to represent grandparents,
Uh-huh.
I had a list of quite a number of attorneys. It was during a process which my position was funded by a grant, and that was a good time. we got a lot of things done, and a lot of grandparents we helped, and so on. And I believe that Cornell Cooperative Extension, the RAP program,
Right.
Relatives as Parents program, is still maintaining a list of attorneys that'll do things for reduced rates.
Yep. I was just speaking with Lucy Joyce the other
Oh,
day.
sure.
And she
Oh,
was
sure.
telling me that that's one of her best programs.
Good for her. She's great.
Yes.
Gosh.
Amazing.
Yeah, so how long have we all known each other? Amazing. Well, I knew Lucy from the environmental stuff
Right.
originally. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was working with BOCES.
Right, and now she's got a good job at Cornell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yep.
And you also are working, what I wanted to ask you, in all of the different areas, what's your favorite area to work in? I know you do real estate closings, you do divorce, and you also do mediation.
Some mediation now. No,
Yeah.
I did it quite intensively for a while at the Aaron Sullivan Putnam,
Mediation?
I guess it was. I don't remember the mediation, which it was, but it was Orange County. I did divorce mediation for quite a while, and that sort of ran its course, and I do an occasional personal mediation.
Right.
But I was trained in 1986 for the first community dispute resolution. We used to mediate out of the Newburgh Police Department.
Uh-huh.
And one neighbor makes too much noise with his trash cans, or somebody uses somebody else's trash cans, or they throw their cigarette butts onto that kind of thing. But most of them were in Newburgh, and they were neighborhood disputes. Sometimes they led to violence, and if the police thought that they could be worked on, they were very happy to send them to us.
Right.
We had some interesting cases there. That was fun.
So mediation as opposed to litigation, or as opposed to throwing things at each other.
Yes. All of the above. Throwing things usually comes first. Yeah.
And then, so rather than go to court and litigate and have to pay for all kinds of court costs and everything,
Yep.
there's a mediation board in Orange County,
Yep.
and you can go
It's the
and
Dispute
meet-
Resolution Center.
Dispute
It's here in
Resolution
Goshen,
Center,
right.
right here in Goshen.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they do great work.
They do good work. They have. They branched out. They do all kinds of different, not just for divorce. They do community. I think they do corporate now, and I don't know if they've ever touched environmental, but I know that they have a number of programs. And Donna Ramlow is now the head of the.
Right. Roz used to be.
Roz Magnuson was. Yes, she
Yeah.
was great. She got it started. She and Richard Mandel. Richard Mandel was the first. Matter of fact, he's the one that trained me in 1986 on the community dispute
Right.
resolution. So I've known Richard also for a long time.
So in all the areas that you've worked in, what's your favorite area?
Hard to say. My love is the environment. I can't really work in it, so I inform myself as much as I can, and
Right.
I pass the word as much as I can. Also, holistic healing and natural foods and so on. That's all a avocation, not a vocation.
Right.
The vocation would be I love real estate. I don't say that I don't enjoy family court or even doing divorces for people, but it gets so mentally wearing
It's emotional.
and very emotional, and their lives are at stake, and it's tough, especially if you can't really help them.
Right. And with children
Yeah,
involved.
when children are involved. Yeah, for a little while I took assignments as guardian ad litem of children, but I actually got tired of having to ascertain what exactly did the parents coach these kids for when they went, and they weren't supposed to, but you could tell if you said to a little boy who was 4 or 5, and what else did your daddy or mommy tell you to say anything to the, oh yes, they told me to,
Well, you know
mommy
how.
told me to say that daddy drinks, that kind of thing. So I got tired of that. I did.
You like honesty and truth.
I just like to be straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. And
Yeah.
right now, the most recent thing that I'm involved in, I'm off these committees. They've run their course. And now I'm very involved in the Moffett Library, which
Uh-huh.
is restoring. They have a huge bond that they floated and succeeded through the Washingtonville School District. They're expanding the library because the library was ruined during the 2012 hurricanes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and all of their electronic and gear were in the basement, and the whole library, and a lot of storage, and the whole library was gutted. And the building still stands.
Right.
And we're renovating the new building, and we're putting an extension on. It'll be fantastic. There'll be a whole big meeting room. There'll be a drive-through checkout or a check-in. There'll be a children's room, a glass in, and the renditions of the architect's renditions are blow your mind. They're wonderful.
So is the Moffett Library operating now?
It is, but it's in a building on Route 208, which is owned by Advanced Testing. And they had built this building for themselves. They own the building behind it, and they had built this building for themselves to move into. And they graciously rented the whole building and let it be renovated to suit a library. Temporary quarters, but it's been a few years now, obviously, since 2012.
Right.
And the library's operating out of there, and they'll move
Now
back.
you're on the board, right?
I'm a trustee, yeah.
You're a
of the
trustee
board,
of
yeah.
the library.
I'm the, you don't laugh, I'm the fiscal officer.
Why would I laugh?
I don't know, but it's for a girl with a home ec degree. I have 3 advanced degrees in education. I don't think a math course entered into any of those.
Okay.
But
But
it's
you can
amazing.
watch the money.
It's amazing how you pick up things, and because the people there are so smart and know so much that my job is really to just check on things and make sure things make sense to and even if it makes sense to me, then it's got to make sense to the other board members, right?
Right. Well, that's
So
good.
yeah, but I work with the bookkeeper and the director, Carol McCrossin, and Maria Soltis is the bookkeeper, and it's a great board, and they're dedicated people. The work that they're putting into the new building is just amazing.
Right.
And you get caught up in the enthusiasm.
Now they have a program coming up about authors luncheon or something.
The Friends of the Moffett Library, FOML, every year as a fundraiser, invites published authors, to speak to people who buy tickets to come for lunch. And for the last 2 years, we've had it at Round Hill House. We have about 85 people attend. We've had the gentleman that wrote American Sniper, which I cannot remember his name of, I'm sorry. He lives in Warwick. And we've had some great authors come in, very entertaining, very interesting people. The whole idea of it is they bring books, or we buy some books from their publishers, and they're all for sale.
Right.
And then they are our speakers, and we have a great luncheon because Round Hill House is a very nice place.
Now, if somebody was interested in perhaps going, it's going to be in April.
It'll be
Of
April
20
8th.
Of this year, which is
Sure.
2016.
Yep.
But you have it every year, so
Yes.
if somebody's watching this program in 2017,
Buy
you'll
your
have it. You can go also.
Yeah.
So, and what's the website for the library?
Well, it's Moffett Library. Let's see. It's under the RCLS, Ramapo Catskill Library System.
Uh-huh.
And if you just type in or Google Moffett Library,
It'll come right
it'll
up.
come up. Yeah. I don't know. It's .org. I don't know what it exactly is, but you can get tickets. I don't know if you get tickets there. You can get tickets at the Moffett Library, or you can call them and find out how many there are available, because they do go pretty fast. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for people who, give a donation, have their name in the program. Mm-hmm. It's a fun day, and everyone that I've ever brought has come back ever since. And I'm going to get a little table together of my own now.
Good.
So it's nice. It's a good group of people, and what a benefit. Books.
Right.
How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If you get involved in an activity that's making it better, everything on the planet better, like the library is doing, then the people that you get involved with are a certain quality of people, and it's just really, you meet new friends and have a great time.
I met some new people that I'm astounded by their talent and their ability to just organize and stay on top of things and their willingness to do it, because obviously we don't get paid for it.
Right.
And you know, I'm very pleased to be part of it. I'm lucky because I was appointed to fill in a position, and I'll have to run next time.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to be elected next time. So I think that's 4 or 5 years away. So I'm not too worried about it. But I like it a lot. Yeah.
Speaking in terms of children's rights, and we're all familiar with what's happening with the refugee situation. What is your feeling about children and their rights, and what we should do as a nation regarding what's happening with the refugees and their children?
You mean the Syrian refugees?
Yeah. Well, it's not only Syrian. There's, refugees from many countries that are under stress and turmoil right now.
Well, that's true. There are African countries with refugees and so on. The children are always in the middle. The children are always the ones that are hurt. That happens in divorce cases. That happens in family court. That's why everything is supposed to be in the best interest of the children.
Right.
But I think we still have to be cautious. And you're talking about allowing people to come into the United States, or
I'm not
anchor baby type
speaking
thing?
about anything, but just about how you feel that this should be addressed. I mean, there's children that are drowning. There's there's children that are both parents are being killed. And they're left as orphans. And
well, as far as there being orphans, obviously there should, I think, the World Organization and they should get together and parcel out orphans to homes. There are plenty of people who would like
to have
children. I unfortunately, I don't think orphans are the problem so much as the people that are trying to come in without paperwork, without any papers, and the vetting process is so serious. I know Trump said he wouldn't let anyone in for a while, and others say they have to vet them properly. And really, vetting is such an important thing, because how many people can escape through your borders and then just go underground?
Well, we have that already.
We
have
do.
People underground.
Yeah, we do.
We don't even know.
Absolutely. They talk about hearing chatter and so on, but it's a concern, and the United States is concerned with its own security. As far as the children go, I think the world is willing to help the children. There are many, many more people that were willing to help children than are willing to accept the adults. That's like the Mexican problem we have here. There are different formulas produced to solve that problem. What happens if you come here and you have a baby? Should you be sent home but you can leave your baby?
Right.
Should you be allowed to stay just because you had a baby in the United States, and so on? These are questions that are for people who are really knowledgeable to study it, but it's a major concern. The questions are for everyone, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how we should move forward? Respecting the rights of children and respecting the rights of those who have nothing. I mean, I know a lot of people, when they came to this country, they were refugees or they were immigrants.
It was a different era, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we all had grandparents or great-grandparents who were refugees or who came over. I had a grandfather who came from Russia, and he was escaping the Tsar.
Right.
So it's a different world then. They never accused him of being a spy, but I can remember as a little child, he would get letters from Russia, and half the letters would be razored out. Anything that they thought might not be proper, you could hold it up, it looked like a paper doll. And there have to be some kind of, we have a balance between our security and wanting to help. But
Right.
We're not the only country in the world. There are many, many countries and that also can help. And
Right.
I often find that the United States is left holding the bag and being
Well,
the
I
hero.
think that the European nations in this one have really been left holding the bag on that one.
On the children issue?
On everything. I mean, with getting people in, they've taken in so many refugees.
They've taken a lot of
now.
refugees in, that's right.
And, you know, Germany and Sweden and France and and what happened in Germany and at the fair in Cologne just, you know, really points at the fact that people have to be vetted.
I think vetting it's tough with people who can't be vetted or have trouble, have lost their papers, but they have a memory. They can, you know, start building their paperwork or the documentation. They can say what hospital they were born in or so on and so forth. I mean, I don't really know anything about the process, but I happen to favor not allowing people in who can't be vetted.
Right.
We've been hurt enough at this point. We've been invaded. We've been hit with airplanes. We've had explosions. There are people in here, in this country, who are plotting against us. And we're lucky that these big events like New Year's Eve in New York City didn't have some kind of an explosion, or one of the NFL games like Pats and the Broncos. You know, I always think about it. We were saying, well, maybe it'll be at the Super Bowl. Maybe it'll be. I said, well, and you discuss it. It's become dinner conversation.
Right.
Would you expect it at one of the playoff games, or would you expect it at the finals? When did we ever have to get to that point?
I know.
I know Israel's been in that position since I can remember, and everybody in Israel is mandated, I believe, to carry a gun, protect yourself. And you get a terrorist who stands in the middle of a market square, and everybody there will be ready to, before he pulls whatever they have to do, pulls the lever, then people are there to protect themselves and protect the other people around them.
Right.
But that's another argument.
Yeah, it's a different world today.
Yeah. And there have always been arguments about it, but it's coming true to home. We could always just discuss, because we were safe. Who could get to us? Nobody could get to us.
Right, we had the ocean between.
Yeah, well, both sides. And we're friendly with Canada, and we're friendly with Mexico. And the incidents are few and far between, and they're minor. But now, it's a totally different story.
Because the world is getting closer every day.
Yep.
Every day.
Who was the last president who was an isolationist? Woodrow Wilson? Is that who it was? I don't know. But I wouldn't believe in being an isolationist. But on the other hand, you know, we have to take care of ourselves.
We have to be responsible.
We have to be responsible. Yep.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Nancy. It's been a pleasure having you here on Empowering Women Everywhere. And join us on www.empoweringwomeneverywhere.tv. You can become a member. Basic membership is free. And join the community. And thank you for listening.
Thank you. You're very welcome.